Hi, I'm Felicia Bracamonte, and I'm going to show you a quick recipe for cooking chorizo for dinner. Chorizos con papas. Over here, I already chopped up and cooking the papas, which is potatoes. Here I cut up onions. They're actually red onions, but you could use any onion. I prefer white, yellow, red. In this pot I have bacon grease. I'm going to put refried beans into the bacon grease, even though it's best to refry your beans from scratch with pinto beans, and you put it into the bacon grease and add milk, and it's very creamy. But I like to extra refry my refried beans. So while that's on, this is about done, so let me get that out of there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You like to drain the potatoes because they're in oil on a napkin and get all the excess grease off. There's also grease in the chorizo that I'm making, so less is best.
You said you saw my house? Nice. This country club, also nice. Expensive. Very money. Yet. And the losers in my family are sure as hell didn't inherit it.
Okay.
So you're wondering if
I'm going to move this pot to the front.
children who took money. Well, either that or they won the lottery. 2 million. Fairness for my life. You can lend me a losing ticket. Come on home with me, honey. I'll show you the write-up from the kids in the back. There's too big to lend me, though. I have to pray.
Did you do that?
What's that?
Just a slight amount of oil here. While that's getting a little sauténess, let's turn that down. Here, that's just warming up. This needs to be off. And then we come over here. Over here, we're gonna open up the chorizo. You know what? Let's do it this way. Chorizo is nothing more than a Mexican sausage, and there's different ways you can make it, obviously, and it comes in different ways from the store. Obviously. Get that right in there. That'll work. Let's push it down a bit. Okay. I'll send that close to that. Right here, I'm going to take some cut up garlic, that's minced garlic, and I'm going to throw it on top of the chorizo here. over here I'm cutting up some cheese, which is going to go into the chorizo.
I just realized you're here.
That's okay. You could shred it. It all depends on what you want to do and how you want to do it.
We use extra sharp cheddar cheese.
You could use
Like
any
Kraft.
cheese that, whatever cheese is your favorite cheese. There's a Longhorn cheese, which is very, very good. It's a, I think it's a Mexican cheese. I'm not too sure about that, but there's queso, different types of, you know, queso and. All right, let's get over here and get the hair out of the way there. Stir this about. Or with the onions, the garlic, all mixed up in there. I thought I was going to throw 2 eggs in here, but I might add 3. You can add as many as you like, all depending on who you are. Back up.
It looks like a lot of...
Right here, we're going to crack some eggs. There we go. We'll test out 2 for now. I made a little boo-boo on the stove with my egg.
Not too scared.
Doesn't take very long to get the chorizo going. Once you get it soft and there's the cheese, the egg is added there. Let me wipe this off my hand a little bit. Alright, mix this in there. One thing I do like is that I like to add salt. That's all depending on your own taste. I like a jalapeno on the side. Sometimes Red Devil is a good choice. Or crushed red peppers. Love that. Okay, let's turn that down. Add the cheese on top. Okay, let me get over here to the refried beans. Refried beans, we're going to, let me remove this from the fire. And I'll show you why. Because I'm going to turn this on high and it's going to be for my tortillas. Okay. With the refried beans, you can use any type of refried beans. You can make them from scratch. This is going to be very fry. It's going to fry and pop. Because you have to have the oil very hot before you start. So I had the fire on, obviously, number 4 beforehand. I did not use the entire can. This is my fork. I probably will end up using the whole can, but I just want to start out with this. Normally I would add cheese to this, but since I put the cheese in the chorizo, which is melting over there, I'm not going to add it to this. And because I'm adding milk, I can add a little bit more of the refried beans. And if you could look in here, it's getting real creamy. Again, this is bacon grease, really hot bacon grease, and then you add the beans. You could cook the bean from scratch, and then you throw the bean into hot bacon grease, and that is how you attempt to refry them. And you add milk on top of it. Milk. Gets it creamy. And you can add the cheese, whatever your type of cheese is. Longhorn's one of my favorites to add to a meal like this. My favorite cheese is cheddar, so that's what I'm using today. Extra cheddar, actually. Nice. Okay. We're going to turn this off. Now I'm going to get to my tortillas. You can make tortillas from scratch. Flour, water, baking soda. Let it rise 30 minutes. And then you flatten them out. And after that, you have your tortilla. I'm going to throw this plate up here. And right here, I'm going to warm my tortillas. These are store-bought tortillas. And we'll turn that off. Alright. Now, let me move some of this things out of the way. Okay, we'll come back over here to the chorizo. Mix that up. Okay, I'm going to take my tortillas. Today I'm using Asian chopped salad, which is technically cabbage. You can use lettuce, which is the normal thing I usually use. This has cilantro and carrots and whatnot in it, which is very good. Crispy. It's a foundation. Take your potato. Your chorizo. Then you roll it.
He was the plane captain on a Tomcat that got the pod. They pulled Prince 10 years later. The pod was hermetically sealed. We believe that Martinez forced Lieutenant Schultz to open the safe.
Grab a new plate.
I think I
They
knew
stay there.
Martinez, but I knew a lot of sailors on that cruise. Martinez is hiding in Mexico. We will find him, and when we do, we want to
And there you are.
Do I look like a Mexican judge?
We'd like your help in doing a virtual recreation of the theft for the hearing.
You could put
You
salsa
take
on it.
Your salsa,
The only one that worked at dispersing back then.
you could throw it in a separate cup, a little, designer cup. You could add lettuce on top if you like, cheese on top, onions on top. I'm going to just throw it right across just like that.
Tell him to play the lottery.
I can call you back to the
And you take some potatoes here,
The hell you can.
These are
add it here, there,
active duty as a material witness.
little creative.
All I gotta do is ink them, honey, and your ass is back in the Navy.
Refried beans can go either inside or on the side. I like to put mine on the side.
Lieutenant Shills finished the call with his wife and newborn daughter at 0545.
And across the top.
There another heel click so he was really happy.
Yeah, well, not for long. They
And there you go.
surprised him with a knife, ransacked the safe, and forced Lieutenant Shills
A nice chorizo quick meal. And this is by Felicia Bracamonte.
So what do you think?
I think you could use some help from Disney.